Hello everyone and welcome back to Calmlands. This is the multiplayer co-op with Nordic farming and we have reached episode number 43. Starting off down in the silo yard because this is where we finished last time. We did a massive bumper soybean harvest and we got nearly 300,000 litres of soybean. We've got to wait till June until we can sell that, but yep, the truck and trailer's still here. We'll need to tidy that up later. Today we have a bit of a hay emergency yet again because the cows are running very low on hay. So yep, you guessed it, we've got to jump in the tractors, get the mowers and get on with mowing farmhouse field once again. However, I am determined that very, very soon, or probably the next time we mow that field, we do need to switch things up. We've mowed very frequently farmhouse field. We've done it a number of times to keep the cows nice and fed, and it's about time we switched things up. So we can't do it this time around, but I'm thinking next time we come to mowing that field for hay purposes, we will actually look to do something a bit different. Now we might get a forage harvester attachment that can just cut grass, and we'll maybe get another forage harvester so we can mow them in tandem and have trailers fitted to the back. Or we might look to get a Crone cargo trailer, which you might have seen Nordic and I use before on Spectacle Island. But yep, this time round it's the old traditional mowing, and then we'll get the forage wagons out so we can get all the grass over to the grass dryer to make hay, so the cows have some food on the way. Right, Nordic is on his way over, and he has a new purchase. That's right, a sale item came up, and I think you're going to like it. And here it is. Here's the Fendt Vario 1050. And I think this was around 200,000 on a sale offer at the dealership. So Nordic's going to be running that, and we'll probably jump in it a little bit later to run the forage wagon from it. I want to be going the other way and get to farmhouse field. Right, we have arrived, and I'm going to get unfolded. We're going to start with the big field this time, and we'll go around the other way to what we normally do. So let's switch on. I think Nordic is behind us in the lovely Vario. Yes, he is. And we will go around the headland and then break into some rows, but let's lower away. Fantastic. Off we go. And we are swath dropping. Oh, bit of jumpy there. And we're going to come along and forage wagon all this grass once we're done. So Nordic and I are going to see to that and catch you when we're finished. Just the last little slither that I couldn't quite grab, so we'll back up and just lower the front mower so we can tidy up this little trimmed bit here. There we go, lovely job. And that is us all mowed up. Quite a quick job now. We've done it so many times. We are well practiced, Nordic and I, at mowing this field, and we did 2 headlands this time. Sometimes we do 1 and then breaking into the rows. But yeah, this field is a very odd shape. It's not very square, and it's quite undulating, so it's not really the best for a cereal crop. Hence why it's a grass field, and our cows are very hungry, so we've had to mow it quite a few times. But we'll get this back and parked up, And then I think I'm going to try and jump in the Vario 1050, the new tractor, to use the forage wagon, which we'll have to go and fetch from the cow farm. Quick wash, although it's looking fairly clean. And there we go, that's the mowers dropped off. Right, we'll go check in on where the new Vario is. In fact, it's sat in the shed, so we'll park up T8 and we can go and get the forage wagon. I think Nordic is going to use one of the trucks by the look of it, because he's taking the trailer back over to the cow farm. So here it is, the green beast, the Fendt Vario 1050. And I think this has got something like 500 horsepower, and we've got the wide tyres with the wheel weights, so that is pretty funky. Oh yes, very smart. Let's fire it up. Sounds good. Take a look in the cab. Looking very modern and smart. A nice little panel to the right with all the Fendt insignia and decals. Very nice. Right, let's head out of here to the cow farm. I think Nordic is going to run the forage wagon with one of the agri trucks, and that will mean he's probably a bit faster for some of the carting back and forth from the field to the grass dryer, where the dryer's going to make some hay. But to the right is pig farm field and our job that's going to follow, doing the forage wagoning. Our corn is in the last stage of growth, so it is now perfectly ready to forage harvest into chaff, and that's going to go in our fermenting silo, which is right here, so very close proximity, and that is going to be fermented and made into silage to distribute to the BGA. Fantastic. Now we want this forage wagon. Let's hitch up. Strautmann Magnon. 50,000 litre capacity. Bit of a beast, this thing. And Nordic is ready ahead of us. Let's head over and we can start by clearing the headlands. Oh, fair to say that the Vario has got some good pace about it. I think it can get up to about 34 mile an hour. And the agri trucks will be faster. They can get up to about 50. But when it's fully loaded, it's not too bad. Right, so we're ready to get started with the forage wagoning, and Nordic and I haven't mown the smaller field number 1 this time. Wanted to keep this job nice and quick. So let's switch on and lower away the pickup. And we can get on with forage wagoning our lovely grass. And we'll be ferrying that to the grass dryer to get the hay ready as soon as possible for our cows. So we're going to zip round here. And we'll see you when we're done. there we go. Last major bit picked up. And I think Nordic has just done the last little slither that was left there. And we are heading back. It's fair to say it's been really enjoyable using the Vario 1050. It has definitely kept up with the agri-truck. I thought the carting was going to be much slower, and we weren't going to be doing as many trips as the agri-truck because the agri-truck's pretty fast with the carting. But the Vario can actually do around 40 mile an hour, and that's even with a full trailer. So yeah, it's been doing pretty well, proving its worth to Calm Farm already. And yeah, look forward to using it again in the future. But for now, we are actually going to be switching over once we've got this last bit of grass put in and put away. Because we'll be switching over to forage harvesting the cornfield, pig farm field. So we'll need the forage harvester, and I'll probably run one of the agro trucks with the largest trailer we have, which is 80,000 litres. I think that's the Banalu. And good news, we've filled up the grass dryer, and that's busy processing the 200,000 litres of grass that's in there into hay. And the leftover grass we are putting in the fermenting silo, but not to ferment, but just to store until the grass dryer needs a top up. Right, that's all emptied, so time to give this a little quick wash. Don't think we washed it and serviced it from last time, so let's go get that seen to, and then it's on to forage harvesting. Right, that's all washed and serviced, so let's get this parked back up at the cow farm, and then we can get on with the corn forage harvest. Right, that's all parked up. Nordic is grabbing the forage harvester. I think he's going to give it a service before we get started. We'll get this parked up, then we'll come back and grab the truck and trailer. Parked up, and beacons off. What a beast. Welcome to the farm, Mr. Vario. Lovely job. Right, Nordic is getting the forage harvester serviced up. We will see him back over at Pig Farm Field. So let's go jump in the truck. We're in the MAN agri truck. Seems to run better with a full trailer on the back, the MAN agri truck. The Tatra is a little bit light on the rear and the front actually. So it can do a nice little skid now and again. I think we will park up here and just wait for Nordic to arrive back. We have got quite a good amount of turning space either side of the field, so probably we'll just do rows rather than any headlands, but we'll see how we get on. And here he is. So we need to cover off so Nordic can deposit the corn that's going to be chaff coming out of the end. We'll need to try and match his speed as much as possible. Here we go, we're off. And he's going straight through the middle, so we know how much to do each. And we're going to do a half each. So this is a two-part job. Nordic doing the forage harvesting, me doing the carting, and then we'll switch over halfway. So we'll get this first half done, and see you in a short while. And there we are. Finished up with a fuller stern. Did two little reversing motions there when Nordic was forage harvesting. And that's always good fun to do. Keeps you sharp on the reversing, although I was going a little bit wiggly in places. Sometimes a little bit difficult to achieve, but yeah, nonetheless, we have got that first half all forage harvested. And I think we've got a fair few litres of chaff in the fermenting silo. Get this unloaded and see how much we've got from our first half. There we go, 487,000 litres. And that's now active, so that's going to process all that chaff into silage, and the silage is distributing to the BGA automatically. Fantastic. Right, we will hop out and switch over to doing the forage harvesting, and Nordic is going to jump in the truck and do the carting. Fantastic, so let's get in and get ready. And I think it's already switched on. Nordic has set it up for us, so we should just be able to switch on and lower away. And yeah, Nordic is ready and waiting. So I'm going to try my best to keep these rows as neat as possible. And there we go. Fantastic. So on with the second half of the forage harvest. And then, yeah, I'd hope for another 400,000 litres from this half. And then that's going to make some good silage money over time. Right, we'll get stuck into this and see you when we're all finished. Lovely job. So that's us all done. Nordic is tooting his horn because he's off to deposit the last load of chaff, which is fantastic. And yeah, really happy with how we've managed to do that quite quickly with a little bit of time to spare this afternoon. Right, we're going to go get the forage harvester washed and serviced. Nordic's depositing the last bit of chaff in there, and we will see how much quantity we have got. Give this a good old wash because it's filthy dirty. And a fair service too. So that is all nicely sorted. We can get this parked up back at the cow farm and inspect how much chaff we have got. Oh, there we go. Nordic is already seeing to the cows, giving them some of the hay that the grass dryer has processed this afternoon. Right, let's get the header dropped off and parked up. So let's take a little look at this. So chaff, we have 795,000 litres, so just shy of 800,000, but I reckon some of that is probably processed into silage whilst we've been working. So that is fantastic. And if we take a look at the BGA, we can see that we've got 317,000 litres. Now that's pretty full already because we had our silage bales down by the BGA from cutting and forage wagoning and bale wrapping our grass from South Bank field. And the grass dryer has worked its way down from 200,000 litres to 182,000. And we've got a fair few thousand stored. And that will process overnight to keep our cows nice and happy. Right, so I think we're all finished for today. It's been a busy session, but yet we've seen to our cows, got them some nice hay stocks. And then we've also done our forage harvest of the corn to make some chaff for silage. And that's going to bring some bumper profits to Calm Farm. Sometime soon we've got 3 fields that we're going to need to re-drill with our next crop, so we'll save that for probably the next session. That is it. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. Check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. And until next time on Calm Lands, we will see you then. Cheers all. Bye bye.